had a custom shop. I'll actually put their link down below. But a custom shop do ashtray delete for my Lexus. I actually provided a replacement piece so you could work on it. And then he added 3 buttons. I wanted 3 buttons for starlights when we put it, the ambient lighting for the footwells I'm gonna end up putting, and then the puddle lights, which I already have there, and then a mount for the controller to just slide on once I take off the cover. It looks like it was 3D printed. It came out really good, and customer service is awesome. He did it a couple times because sometimes came out better than the other ones. There's a wire, the little connection where you could put the wire for the controller, and then the buttons are free and accessible. Initially I want them in a straight line, but this looks actually really cool. Instead of it more, they have space for all 4, and he made them recessed, so they're like flush. No, it looks amazing. So then basically what we're gonna do is we're gonna take my OEM one out. Yeah, I don't really need the cigarette lighter. I have one inside here, but probably leave this on the side just in case. The ashtray, take it off, take off this whole assembly, and only replace my cap with this one. So this assembly will go in here, and then I'll have a spare. And yeah, that's pretty much it. The only difference I see from this situation is mine's open very soft and gently, while this one like literally just jams open. But other than that, should be a straight fit. It should work the same way. And yeah, so I could put my controller in here, and I'll have a clean setup instead of the controller just hanging there. Eventually I'm gonna replace my phone mount and put it somewhere on here also. I've seen somebody do that too. I wanted just a clean setup instead of the air vents being blocked, and these are, from what I heard, are very delicate, so I don't want to break them. But yeah, so how I'm gonna do this install, I'm gonna do step by step just because I don't have nowhere to put you guys. Put the car in ignition, put your e-brake on, and then when you come over to the shifter, put it in neutral and just take out the shift knob, because we're gonna end up sliding this up. Sorry for the ding, that's really annoying. But the key's in ignition, and I actually can't take it out now because it's in neutral. But you're gonna take this out, take this piece out, so you'll be able to lift this up, and then this will slide out from here, and then disconnect all the cables that are connecting the bottom. Okay, so while I'm here, I'm gonna end up cleaning a little bit here and there, because it's really dirty. But here's the shifter bezel. Actually, that's a shifter bezel. So yeah, after I put it in neutral, I took off that piece, this piece right here, and then I lifted this part up, which is this part. In the back of this, let me just see if I can flip you guys around. So this is how it looks. Okay, in the back of this, this was attached, I don't know, you see the little bolts there, by little screws. So a regular Phillips head, wow, worked. And then that's loose now, so I just gotta figure out what I'm gonna do with this, if I'm gonna relocate it. I gotta take all this out or see where I'm gonna put it, and then from there transfer the new one. Actually, it's a complete cover, it's a complete one. Yeah, so I have to figure out how to take this one out from here, because I'm gonna essentially just replace everything. Because actually no, he might have did it really good that I just had to probably take the bolts out. I'm gonna try that out and see if it works. Hopefully that'll be awesome, because then I'll be able to keep my my slow moving mechanism here. Let me test it out and I'll bring you guys up to date. All right, guys. So before I put it back together, so this is the, if you see it from this, it's gonna be like this. All right, guys. So this is like this. I want to show you this before I actually close it. All right, guys. I want to show you this before I actually close it up. So this goes like this, right? You know how I was worried about the soft close, you know, instead of the really fast. So you go here, back here, there's this cover. This cover goes like this. You got pry from the top. You see how it has a little hook. Pry from the top a little bit, and then it'll literally come off. It will expose the gears. So basically, my old one, my original one, that little gear, this one was good, but the used one wasn't. So you see how it's missing gears? Technically speaking, you could just turn it around because mine's is missing gears. But I just replaced my original one, since my original one was good. Check this out. It's still not 100% seated, so it has a little hiccup, but look how easy it closes, opens. Looks great, just so you guys know. And yeah, that's pretty much it with this. All right, let me bring you up to speed. So we successfully swapped it over. So when you get to this part, you take this whole assembly out, right? You're gonna flip it over. There's gonna be screws. The guy that did this actually did a really good job, that he actually used the original mounting holes for the bracket, for the 3D printed bracket that he made for the controller. So it was actually really nice. So you take all those screws, 1, 2 on the original one off the let me show you. So this is the other one, right? Once you take off this, where is it? Right here, this. You see the holes? I replaced it with this. Now, once you take that off, which you take this off, which is a cigarette ashtray, you're gonna be left with this. The little gear section I showed you was this part right here, right? With a little cover. It has a little cover that goes there. You're gonna have some more screws. I believe it's a couple more screws. No, that should be screws wise. Screw wise is good for the assembly. Right here, the lid, I swapped over the lid, literally goes like this, and then there's 3 screws there also. Once you take that off, this literally slides off. There you go, literally slides off. I'm gonna keep that as a spare. I'm gonna keep this is my original one, so I'm gonna keep it as spare also. Once you take that off, the mechanics are there, all that stuff. I swapped over the assembly onto my good panel, screwed everything back in, and now it's back to normal. Now I gotta figure out what I'm gonna do with this, but basically just with the cigarette lighter, but we'll figure that out now. But this part is done. It came out, it looks really great. Check this out. Soft open controller and buttons. I'm really happy with this. You close it like normal, locks in, stupid clean. Now let me see what I'm gonna do with this. I'm gonna try to relocate it or eliminate it completely, not sure yet. I don't want to have that just hanging somewhere, but let's see. All right, so I put everything back together. I ran my wiring from the controller down to the bottom of the seats on the side this way into this cubby area. Put everything back together. You don't have to put this in neutral and all that stuff. I just realized, I mean, it's I wasn't taking this off. I replaced this before and I had to take that off, so I thought it would be the same thing, but it's literally a big hole, so it just slides in very easy. Put this last. Now check this out. So I tested it out before, put it in, make sure my controller works, and it works. Sweet. And then it turns off like normal. Once I wire everything in, it'll be star lights, ambience, puddle lights. Super clean. I'm really happy. Now I want to get rid of this. Now I have one vent free. But basically, yeah, that's pretty much the install. I'll keep all the other parts as backup, spares, etc. Yeah, pretty much it. I'm really happy how this came out. I'm super satisfied. That's stupid clean. All right guys, that's it for today's video. I'll put the link down below, the person that made this mount for me. Very good customer service. Price was on the dot. You know, it wasn't too expensive, it wasn't too cheap. He took his time. It was pretty fast from what I said, from what I noticed. The only difference I did was I sent in a whole unit because I was the first one to think of doing this. So then he needed, you know, the whole assembly. I sent in that, sent in the buttons because those are specific buttons that I use for all that stuff. So other than that, yeah, everything else he did pretty good and came in clutch. Yeah, that's about it. Literally, even the cuts on it, you can't even tell he cut this up. It's very clean, and then it's like nothing happened. I love it. I love it. But show him some love on his Instagram. I can't remember the top of my head the name of the company, but I'll link it down below so you guys can follow him and, you know, request at your own will. But guys, thank you. We'll have a lot more stuff for the Lexus coming up. Like I said, we have suede and stars. We have the floor ambient lightings we're planning to do. We have a huge project we're doing with the Lexus that I won't mention. But yeah, pretty much. Thank you guys for all the support on all the platforms, on all the cars I usually do. I really appreciate you guys. Without you guys, I wouldn't be able to do none of this stuff. So once again guys, thank you for everything, for all the support. On to the next one.